Ivan, there you go.
My name is Ivan Pino. I'm a project lead on this project. Our problem is access to GBV information. In Uganda, you find that 1 out of 5 women are experiencing gender-based violence. That's according to UDHS survey. And in the area where we piloted this test, we found out that Spotlight Initiative did the research and found out that 70% of these rural women are also experiencing gender-based violence. So the issue was the lack of information. Or if the information was there, they couldn't access that information. So how do we close this gap in the rural areas with these women? We have a system, it's a platform. It's basically a virtual consultation platform that offers counseling services to these rural women. It's built in such a way that it's integrated with IVR. IVR is interactive voice response. I will explain that later on. The response enables the women to actually interact with the counselors on the move as they move on. They ask their questions and then the counselors get to respond to their questions on the move. 2, it has what we call a dynamic analysis report. This is data that is generated by the system in the background. So we get to know how many counselors are actually answering to these questions, how many questions are being sent out, and how many questions are being responded, plus the rest. 3, it's interactive. The women get to ask questions to these gender-based questions related to GBV to these counselors. The milestone that we achieved is that we reached our target because it was 30 rural women. We had partnership with Defenders, Oxford, Her Empire. Most of them are willing to pay subscription. We had 3 GBV counselors and we changed minds of rural women. Our target group was basically the rural woman in Tororo. These are S4 dropouts. Some are P7 dropouts. And they are basically, they have small businesses they are doing. So that's my target group. So how we contributed or how we interacted with them was through local CBOs. That's one. We had a short code, which is 8228. And then we also had personalized support, the online GBV counselors. Our settings is that the area where we work, we found out that Mifumi is phasing out. We did a little bit of 1 week of research with them, but they told us that they were actually phasing out. So that's also a plus to us because now we are coming in with a solution that has a big niche. The niche here is that we are leveraging mobile technology, but it's also integrated with IVR. That's what they weren't doing. So this is what we are doing. These other guys are our partners, Oxford, Ampere, and then Hopkins Foundation. That's what they are doing. Our sustainability is that the system was built with a sustainable model. You pay to use it. All these partners that want to use it are actually paying a fee to use our platform. It's like paying for DSTV. There's a fee you pay. It's the same thing here. 3, we are looking at local radio stations. We are already talking with ETOP. It's a government radio station. They want to use this platform to actually disseminate information to a certain group of people in the rural areas. I cannot talk about that. Then donor funding, of course. That's why I'm here, to have a talk with DW. And that's my team. I lead it. There's Lindsay Kukunda. She's a freelance media practitioner. There's Goreti Amriat. She's a gender expert. She works with Women of Uganda Network. She has a master's in rural development. There's Dr. Martha Chibuka. She's a research fellow too. She also has a master's in rural development. There's a Delmas. She's a software engineer, master's in ML. And I also have a master's in information technology. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ivan. Well done.
Thank you.
Let me make sure this is set. Okay, let's open the floor to our judges. Is this a, yeah, this is a yes. Please keep the mic close to your mouth so everybody can hear it.
Hi, Ivan.
Hi.
Thank you for your presentation. So when you're presenting, I did pay attention to a few things. One of the things I paid attention to was, so after you've empowered this woman, you've raised awareness, she knows all this information, I want to hear of the next. So let me give an example. If this woman is in a life-threatening situation, what next? After she knows all this information, are you looking at providing a platform or maybe partnering with people that offer solutions after, you know, in such scenarios? That is one. And then the other thing, you hinted on it, but I think it's really important, changing mindsets of the rural women. So some of these rural women,
Can I go one by one?
okay.
Because I might forget the first one.
Okay.
Can you go back? Can I have my slide a bit to the partner? Let me see. Okay. Okay, when you look at my partners, I've partnered with people, experts, who have been in this field for over, I think, 15 years. Okay? So those people are going to give that services. And as they give their services, I believe that they'll give quality advice to these rural women because they've been doing it. Because we have what you call on the system itself. By the way, it's a live system. I'm not going to build it. It's live. I can demo it. So it has an analysis report that actually shows us that these women have been advised this way. If at all they have an issue about gender-based violence, they can go to this place and then they will be able to actually get assistance. In Tororo, we are working with Hopkins Foundation. That's their clinic. So we've been referring them to Hopkins Foundation, if at all they really need to go there. But most of them, almost all their issues were sorted on the platform.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Finally, just to highlight, you talked about changing mindsets of these women. So one thing, I do have a relative, she was a victim of GBV. You know, when she was going through the GBV, she was like, when my husband didn't beat me, I thought he didn't love me. So for her, beating was, you know, more of a sign of love. So because of that, she stayed in there and it really took a mental toll on her. Right now, she's admitted somewhere in a hospital because of this. So I think it's really important to increase awareness, to sensitize these women, you know, emphasize the signs, how to know and how to pull out, because so many of them, their mindsets are like my relatives.
Yes, I get you. I get you. That's why I've really partnered with people to help me counsel these rural women, because I believe I myself, because the expertise I get, I am bringing on board is the development of the system. But I'm working with gender-based violence, and I believe they're actually doing a good job, because we always go back in the background check, and then we listen to these women's conversations. What are they saying? What have the GBV counselors telling them? So through that quality of communication and then eavesdropping, I think they're doing a good job. And these women, the system being anonymous, gives them this might, this trust to speak their hearts, because I don't know you, you don't know me. So it's easier for them to speak out their heart, because I've had conversation on the system. It's really embarrassing. Yes.
Okay, let's move to Caroline.
Thank you so much, Ivan, and thank you for this initiative. It's a great idea. I have one concern on the subscription fee and also looking at the target group. Those are the rural women. How much is the subscription fee with your pilot so far? And also, have you researched well that it's affordable? Is it affordable to these women? Because the main aim is that we want these women to access this information and be helped. But if the product is high, it may also limit them from that opportunity. And then also the subscription.
Can I go one by one?
It's just related to the subscription. Okay. Is it a one-time subscription or?
Thank you.
This system is free for the rural woman. Even calling it is free. it's on us. The subscription goes to the funder. That's why I came to DW. They gave me the 500 euros. I gave that system to the rural women free of charge. All they have to do, a woman, is that we get their phone numbers and then we profile them into the system. Now, all they have to do is to at least have a beeping credit on their phone. And even if they are to attempt to call the system, it will automatically disconnect and re-engage an outgoing call to that number. In that way, it is profiling a woman. So the next day, it will call these women for a certain period of time at a specific period of time. Let's say it will call, or let's say if I told the project is for, because the testing phase was for 3 months. And then we piloted it with these women for 30 days. So every day at a certain specific period of time, the system calls these women. And that time is chosen by these women because they're always busy. I actually had another one, another option. This is an online version, but there is an offline version of the system. Lotte, you know it. Benson, you know it. The first idea. But when I went to the field, it was denied because it was calling all these women to come together and they couldn't participate together. So they said, we don't have time to come here, all of us at once. So that's when I brought in this online version of the system. But there's an offline version because it also works in a different place for different women who don't have phones. Yes.
Final, as concise as possible question. Monica.
Ivan, say it close. Ivan, this is commendable and I think very scalable. And I'm wondering, how have you engaged with other partners within that sphere to be able to partake of a service that you've put in place? Because I see at the moment you have 3 partners, but I think it would be intriguing for other organizations to be able. Are you flexible in terms of how you approach other partnerships?
Yeah, thank you for that. Yes, it's scalable, and that's why I'm pushing it to 2 districts in the pilot. I know I'm going to get the money, so I'm going to scale it in 2 districts. That's Busia and Tororo. For partnership, I already have one here in the room. It's a radio local station. So they want to disseminate information in Soroti. He's here. You can ask him, is there? I think we are signing the MOU, I think, soon. So it's really scalable. And then when you look at defenders, I don't know whether you know defenders, but they're into human rights. So they are going to use also the system to actually train the women human rights defenders. About the subscription, I forgot that the fee is negotiable depending on who you are. I cannot, it has no fixed price that's $1 million US.
A very smart salesman on the platform. Thank you so much, Ivan. Big hand clap for Ivan, ladies and gentlemen. Well done.